Yeah, and not too far away, certainly from the mall area, the Century 16 theaters where the shooting happened. It's just a matter of minutes. Right down the road from there, just south, is, of course, the high school there, Gateway High School, and that's where Tyler Lopez is standing by. Tyler, you've witnessed many families reunited. That's some good news there.
It is. And I've also talked to some folks here right now, Mitch, who were in Theater 9. This is the ticket stub, the Dark Knight show at the Century Theater, Theater 9, the 12:05 showing. This is Kevin and Brittany, both 20 years old. Kevin, let's start with you. You told me you were seated at the back of the theater to the right side, so then down a linear line straight ahead at the front by the screen is where the shooter was.
Exactly.
What do you remember seeing? Tell me about that.
I just remember seeing a silhouette in the corner, and there was gunshots going off. You could see the sparks coming out of the barrel, and everybody was just trying to run for cover. We actually ducked for cover at one point.
Ducked down to protect yourself?
Exactly.
Did you hear bullets going past you at all?
No, that's exactly what I was listening for, is bullets going past us, and once I stopped hearing the gunshots, we decided it was time to get out of there.
Now the movie's going on. How tough was it to hear? At what point did the sound end, or did it end at all?
The movie just kept going, but everybody was screaming and hollering and just trying to duck for cover. That the movie didn't matter anymore.
And the flashes of light, do you think that was a handgun, a rifle? You may not have an idea on that perspective, but I'm wondering if you could tell.
Well, it was definitely it wasn't a handgun. It wasn't a shotgun. I don't think it was a shotgun because he was shooting it really fast, really consistently. Is more than likely some type of rifle.
How many shots do you think were fired?
We heard about between 15 and 20.
You were able to get out with everybody else by simply running up the exits away from the shooter.
Yeah, everybody was just trying to cram out one door, and it was just a mad scramble.
Let's talk to Brittany now. You had some perspective I thought was interesting about the canisters. Do you see the canisters going up before the gunshots go off?
Yes, I saw the canisters going up in the air, one or more of them, and I saw like the smoke trail behind them and wasn't sure what was going on until later when they hit the floor, and suddenly there was explosions, and then the gunshots started after that.
So you think at least one, maybe more than one canister?
Yeah, I saw multiple smoke trails behind them up in the air.
How did that smoke affect you? How close was it to you?
We didn't actually feel it until we were heading up towards the exit, but we were pretty high up, so I'm sure the people down below felt it a lot sooner.
There's been some talk about the folks who were killed, 14 now, many others, dozens, possibly 50 or more injured. You saw children in this theater.
Yes, there are lots of kids, families there, and probably some of them might have got hurt, unfortunately, which makes it even more devastating.
Tell me about your feelings, your emotions, now that you've had a chance to process this. It's been 5 hours now. Any anger, any animosity? You were talking about how emotional you felt.
It's a very emotional situation because all those people were just innocent people watching a movie, and suddenly somebody comes in and starts killing them. I can't imagine what it was like to be up close and personal with that, let alone it was scary enough being farther away.
Scary enough to be there, of all places, at that time.
Yes, it was surreal. I can't believe that I was there. It didn't seem like it was really happening, but it was very real once all the gunshots and screams started.
I hope you're able to process that. Now that you've talked with police, did they offer you counseling or any assistance with dealing with some of your emotions?
The guy I was talking to gave me his card and said to call me any questions, concerns, anything I needed, so that was very reassuring.
Good to know. Let's talk about the mechanics, if we can, Kevin, about the interview process here at Gateway High School. You folks were in the cafeteria at first?
Yeah, we were just, crowded in there, just waiting to be called out.
And then when they did that, did they call you individually? How did it go?
It was 2x2 or 3x3, and we were all just sitting at a table, taking notes.
And they also took pictures of you, right?
Well, they took pictures of us with our information just so they can keep track of it.
And then when they interviewed you, it was done separately?
Yeah, it was separately, individual interviews.
Okay. Did they give you any other information about other suspects or anything they might be looking for?
No, they didn't give us any of that information, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about you. Last chance here. Now that you've had a chance to process this 5 hours later, how are you doing?
It's funny because you can lose your life at any moment. So it feels like I have a new lease on life right now, just because I was very lucky.
Good to talk to you too. I'm glad you're all right. Brittany and Kevin in Theater 9. Frightening scenes. Going to see a movie, you see canisters flying in the air, you hear an explosion, then gunshots, you see the burst from the rifle itself as it's happening. Just an incredible scene. Here at Gateway High School, they are doing interviews. So if you've got folks who were in one of those theaters at the Century Theater Complex within the town center of Aurora, this is where they want you to go. They want to talk to you. If you don't know if your loved one or friend has been injured or worse, this is also where they want you to go to find out and try to reunite with those folks. We've seen some of those reunions. They've been very positive, but then again, we're reminded here how dangerous and devastating and frightening that scene was inside the theater. Anna, Mitch.